The world's top-ranking tennis player Novak Djokovic is backing Naomi Osaka's decision to withdraw from this year's French Open. Osaka referenced her depression and anxiety in Monday's announcement. Djokovic called it brave and bold and the sign of a new generation taking over the sport. Osaka was fined by the tournament for refusing to participate in a post-match news conference. The French Tennis Federation later released a statement of support for her. It initially avoided reporters' questions about how it handled the situation, despite fining Osaka for the same thing. Amélie Oudéa-Castéra is the Director General of the French Tennis Federation, which runs the French Open, joins me now. Ma'am, thank you for joining me. I know this is difficult, and I'm guessing that there are a lot of people who wish they'd done things differently earlier in the week or taken different decisions than they did. Would you agree?
Well, I think, this was a difficult situation and we did what we had to. We are very sad for Naomi. We are very sorry for her. I think she was right to explain, what happens in her mind, and she had her own words to explain that, which leads us to think that she probably made the right decision to withdraw from the tournament given the suffering she's in. So we really wish her the best possible recovery, and we look forward to having Naomi at our tournament next year. But as Grand Slams, we also had to remind everyone of the rules, and we really wanted Naomi to be very, clear on the consequences she was exposing herself to, and we had to remind everyone of the rules which are there to, to secure that there is a level field for all the players.
I guess what people are saying is, if she'd come to you earlier and said, I have this depression, that means I cannot go before the press because of anxiety issues medically recognised, would you, and going forward in the future, will Grand Slam turn around and say, we recognise that mental health issue and you don't have to do it?
Well, the very difficult point in that situation is we didn't manage to get directly in contact with Naomi. We tried to do that. We went to her practice court. We tried to engage with her several times. We even wrote a letter to her privately before we made the public statement from the slams. So we wanted to have that dialogue. And for us, it was not really possible to understand how she was, whether she was defending a cause or if she was personally affected. And what we regret is that we didn't have the ability to get into that dialogue with her. Then if a player has such difficulties, of course, together with the tours and the spirit of the Grand Slams is always to find pragmatic, ways to handle those difficult situations. That players' well-being is of the utmost importance for us. And we would, of course, have taken that into consideration to sort of, manage something that would be easier for Naomi to handle, even if, of course, press conference are part of players' obligations.
I guess the issue now is what you do next. And I don't mean in Naomi's case, because I'm sure that can be sorted and settled in some sort of way. It's how you deal with the issue of mental health and players, and at the same time, for whether it's the press conference or the pressures of the game, without just paying lip service to it, because now the world's watching.
Yeah, sure. Already there are many things done at that level. There is a strong investment. We have very good experts that, travel all year around with the players. We probably need now to gather all together, the overall ecosystems, the players, whatever the ranking, the position, the age, we need to have the young ones, the most experienced one, and together with the medical people, also with the media, and find ways to maybe, keep improving the way we handle that. Again, well-being has always been at the center of our attention, and we really secure that players every day have access to the best experts, are able to enter in that dialogue with them, and we follow them very quickly, very closely.
Grateful that you've taken time to speak to me today. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. A busy week, and your time is appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you very much.